to the Critical Hit Community Spring Smash 2025. Brought to you by Blue Cross UK. We are raising money to save the animals. And thank you so much for everyone that has and will. And thank you for being here. And thank you for with the patience for that little blip. But now we're back, so I'm gonna give the audio back to the runners.
We don't go back to guardhouse in this,
Don't
right?
go back to
That's
guardhouse
just the
in
DS.
this, right? That's just the DS.
What do you mean? When we go to guardhouse, obviously, but
Yes, but like after Yawn
Yes,
too.
but
Oh, yeah, no,
after
we don't.
Yawn too.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh wait, is he asking us that? Yeah.
Oh wait, is he asking us that in the Twitch
Right now,
chat?
like it's.
Are you all ready for a countdown?
Are we live right now? Because
I don't actually have the stream up. I just have your.
I can see myself on the stream there. So hello everybody. My name is Raclesis, and I will be running with
I don't
Resident
actually
Evil
have the
for you all today.
the stream up. I just have your
I can see myself
stream.
on the stream there. So hello everybody. My name is Raclesis, and I will be running Resident Evil for you all today. There was a bid war for
I wanted
Chris
more
and Joe.
pain.
Last I checked, Chris
Time
was
real quick to see if
far
it
in
may
the
have
lead.
gotten.
So
And it is not. We are going with Chris today.
Y'all wanted more pain.
Let me just check that one more time real quick to see if it may have gotten sniped. And it is not. We are going with Chris today.
Okay, and we're gonna be doing something a little different. Normally, runs of Resident Evil are done on the original mode, but we're gonna be doing a range mode today.
All right, and we're gonna be doing something a little different. Normally, runs.
Alright, time doesn't start until the first cutscene begins. I'll give you a countdown and get going. Also, I'm joined by my good friend 417.
Countdown and let's get going. Also, I'm joined by my good friend.
Been speedrunning this game for too long.
Hello.
Same here, man. Same here.
I've been
It's funny
speedrunning
though.
this game for
Back when we first
too
started,
long.
I had already been around for a while.
Same here, man.
3,
Same here.
2.
It's funny though. Back when we first started, I had already been around for a while doing this. And then,
It's funny thinking about how, like, you know, when you first started, I'd already been doing it for like 2-3 years.
Barry, where's Barry?
It's funny thinking
Well,
about how,
I'm
like,
sorry,
you know, when
but
you
he's
first started,
probably-
I'd already been doing it for like 2-3 years.
No.
And then now it's just, we've both been doing it forever.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'll go and check.
The first speed.
Okay, Jill and I will stay in the hall in case of an emergency.
On and off lately.
Chris?
Alpha team. Go and search for the Bravo team. We made it to the mansion.
Take care.
Barry's missing. We need to go look for him.
Point a bit from the original mode.
Outfits in this range mode.
Changes costumes of the playable characters. Item locations are different.
Changes costumes of the playable characters. Item locations are different. Enemy locations are different. And
Camera
spawns
angles.
are different.
Well,
Some cuts. Some
and because of the item
camera
changes,
angles
we have
are
a whole
different
new
as well.
route that would follow.
And because of the item changes, we have a whole new route that we have to follow.
It's even two brand new items.
There's even 2 brand new items, all to make one
Wesker and
old
Jill.
item, but
You're missing.
Also, Wesker and Jill appear to be missing.
oh no.
Wesker?
Sorry,
Jill?
Mousy, no Barry this time.
Yes, sorry, Mousy, no Barry.
No
this
Barry
time.
is why this isn't going to take 8 hours to finish.
If you know Barry is why this
What
isn't going to
happened
take
to
8
Jill and
hours to
Wesker?
finish.
Jill's gun. Now, the Beretta in arranged mode is a
First thing we
little
do is pick
different.
up Jill's gun. Now, the Beretta
It
in
has the
range mode is
ability to do
a
critical
little different.
damage.
It
does
has
critical
the
damage to a
ability to do
zombie that
critical
head
damage.
explodes.
And when it does critical damage to a zombie, their head
We're not hoping
explodes.
for that.
It's just killing
In this,
We're not hoping for that.
knocking down at least one zombie.
Right away, we're gonna be knocking down at least one zombie.
That's the zombie right here. One.
That's the zombie right here.
Oh my god.
Or don't.
Or don't. Oh,
Okay. This guy's just being a jerk.
Oh, it's a jerk, though.
Oh,
always a jerk, though.
At least his
Again,
hitbox was
that
still
guy's
there.
always a jerk. So, I primarily run...
Again, that guy's always a jerk. So, I primarily run knife only in this game, and that zombie, you need to get him to fall, but like out of the way. And he doesn't always like to.
In range mode, they put additional zombie over there. In the original,
Yeah,
it's only
one in the
you have to
front
deal with.
there.
Mhm. Yeah, the one in the front there is the first one he shot.
You interrupted Rebecca using her Aqua.
What?
You interrupted
Oh!
Rebecca
Oh,
using her
no!
Aquanet to keep her.
Sorry,
her stuff
I
in
didn't
here.
mean to do that.
Second member of the Bravo team.
You must be
We met
from the
Kenneth
Bravo
earlier.
team.
Our second member of the Bravo team.
Yes,
We met
I'm
Kenneth
Rebecca.
earlier. He was,
Rebecca
kind of missing
Chambers.
title.
I'm a newcomer. I just joined the Stars Bravo team last month.
Minor
Well,
things. It's
I'm
the Resident
really
Evil
sorry.
universe. I'm not sure
Are
if that's
you
really
all
a
right?
death sentence.
Yes. I'm Chris Redfield from the Alpha
I
team.
hope you guys liked that.
Are you the only person here from the Bravo team?
I hope you guys
Very
like that.
Well, because the helicopter made a forced landing, I just ran into this house anyway, but
Majority of a Chris run is
I
done
see.
knife only.
There's nothing else you could have done anyway. It's good you're here.
Except for in the case of range mode, it's
Yes,
at the very
sir.
beginning and at the very end we'll use it.
Also, this, by the
But
way, is the
it's
best
strange.
Rebecca
I
outfit.
serviced the
Also, this, by
helicopter
the way, is
recently,
the
but
best
something went
Rebecca
wrong with
outfit.
the engine. It was such a
'cause
short flight.
Red is great.
0 runs to...
I always make a point in doing RE0 runs to open the menu and change to this outfit.
Well, what should I do now? If you go out to search for the other members, how about
We
letting
need to
me
say
come
no
with
here.
you?
If we say yes, that makes us.
It's pretty dangerous outside. Let me take care of it.
I understand. For now, I'll wait here.
Requires,
Since there are a
I'm
lot
pretty sure
of
this is still
chemicals in this room and they might be
Yeah, it
useful.
requires. I'm
Well,
pretty sure this is still the
I'll
same
look over the
arrangements, I'm
chemicals.
mistaken. It essentially makes you have to make the vigil to defeat Plant 42.
That's exactly
What ends up happening is the plant grabs Chris up, Rebecca walks in, like, oh no, what do I do? And
Like, it's
then it
so much
just
slower as...
takes
as
forever.
Rebecca is making
like it's so much slower as Rebecca and Chris to make vigil.
Now we're going back to the main hall. We're gonna go up to this game has quite a bit of backtracking, and for Chris in a range mode that's even double so, we're gonna be going into a lot of the same rooms.
We're gonna be going into a lot of the same rooms in the mansion over and over again.
So we're on our way to get the armor.
So we're on our way to get
we need
the
that.
armor key first, right?
Yes,
We need that
The
before
armor key
chemical, I
opens
think.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
the armor key
On the
opens
range
quite
mode,
a
it
bit
is
of
up
rooms in the mansion. And on the range mode, it is up on the second floor over here, on the complete opposite end of where it normally is. We also get to meet a third member of the Bravo team. Looking a little rough right now. He needs a hug.
Of course he does.
Yeah, so that's intentional there, of course, to just push him away. In normal mode or original mode, you can pick up the item that's there without triggering Forest, but it's well, actually, you never trigger Forest. You trigger Crows in original.
Yes.
Forest is a
You're able to
range
pick up
exclusive
the
thing,
item.
but so you're able to pick up the item without triggering whatever event is there. Granted, as Chris, we have literally no reason to go in that room. That's where the bazooka is for Jill.
These drive-by unlocks here.
And these drive-by unlocks here. Ooh, that was close.
Pause cancel.
So right there,
Yeah, so
what I did
You can
was
hit a zombie
pause
and
cancel.
they'll be in their if
You
you
can hit a
pause quick,
zombie and they'll
your
be in their
animation will
stun
reset and you can
animation. If
run
you pause
right
quick,
by them while they're
your
still
animation will reset and you can run right by them while they're still in their stun animation.
What I was saying earlier about these drive-by
what I was saying earlier about
particularly
these
as Chris, you
drive-by
have 6
unlocks.
inventory slots. That key is
Particularly
taking
as Chris, you have 6 inventory slots.
up,
That
the
key is
knife is
taking
gonna
up
be
a precious inventory slot.
you
The knife is going to be there the whole time, so you really effectively have 5 slots, and so trying to burn the key as many times as burn all the uses of the key as fast as you can to free up that slot is definitely necessary.
Yeah, it looks like he's
To have
got
room
a
for
lot
everything.
of like pockets.
Chris may look like he's
He
got
must be
a
full
lot
of something else.
of
I can't
pockets,
use them.
but they must be full of something else. 'Cause
Yeah, they're all full of snaps.
Yeah, they're all full of snacks.
Chris is a
Chris,
white
Chris
boy.
has the snacks with him.
Chris is a
Yeah, like that's not an exaggeration.
Yeah, like that's not an exaggeration. Like his hitbox, his model is literally bigger, and it causes you to not be able to take some lines as tight as you would for Jill. Some dodges that would be possible as Jill aren't quite possible as Chris. There's even a pickup later in the guardhouse that is harder to do as Chris because his hitbox kind of
we have a
pushes
really
him
tight
away
room
from
here,
the
so
item.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright, we have a really tight room here, so. Excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys are taking up quite a bit of space there.
Yeah, 2 zombies right there in that tight spot. That's just uncalled for.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is zombies are programmed so that when they're near stairs, they vomit instead of immediately going for a bite like they normally would. Now, if you like run up in their face and try and hug them, they'll hug you back. But you want to try and use the vomit to your advantage here to be able to sneak by. But a danger there too is getting like stun locked by vomit because there's 2 zombies, very close quarters.
Vomit doesn't do a lot of damage, but it takes up a lot of time if they just chain puke on you. Also, that room went very, very well. We used to go up the stairs, wait for them to move to the bottom of the stairs, and then like clip through them while going down the stairs to get to that room. But we found that line right there to get by them a lot quicker. I found out if you do that line even a little bit incorrect, the first zombie will move too far away from the stairs and actually bite you. Unfortunately, because that guy fell down. Huh. That guy didn't like that 1 slash I gave him.
Yep.
Again, due to Chris's small inventory, we actually had to use our first aid spray there to make room for the music notes that he unfortunately can't even read.
See, that text there says something like, "Unfortunately, Chris can't read music." Really, we should just stop the text that unfortunately Chris can't read, because that
It's me, Chris.
just, it feels right for his
Is
character
that you,
here.
Rebecca?
Ah,
Rebecca
the
here does know how
Moonlight
to play
Sonata.
the piano. No,
Ah,
well,
it's
kind
the
of.
Moonlight Sonata.
Can you play?
It's a little bit rusty.
I do love how like they're finding their teammates dead all over this mansion, and they're like, "Oh, piano!"
Right? Look, they have their priorities, all right? And their team isn't one of them. Unless it's Jill. Chris is pretty interested in rescuing Jill.
Yes, especially in the later games.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that?
We don't quite have Boulder Punch Chris yet.
My
Wait,
interpretation
what is
is
that?
off
Well
a
on his
little.
way already.
My interpretation is off a little.
Yeah, he doesn't have motivation to become boulder punching Chris
Chris,
until
may I
after
practice
Code
for a while?
Veronica.
And play.
See?
Alright.
Just relax and play.
All right.
It's a fun little line to get past this guy. I'm just gonna go super wide around him, make him spin a little.
We actually do a line like that in original mode, coming out of the plant room.
The line's a little different in range, but we still have to do this.
Yeah. It's that kind of idea of you're baiting them one way so you can juke them the other way.
Right there. For those who are familiar with this game, notice that camera angle is very different. Some of them are like better camera angles. I don't like.
It's always fun when, like, you know the line, but the camera angle just massively throws you off. And I'm going to leave you. I'll not talk for this.
I already hear the second dog jumping.
So that's one of the most dangerous pickups in the range. Because
A range where it's got a lot of dangerous pickups, a lot of dangerous rooms. Is like, I'm sorry. There's gonna be a lot of healing around though. It's just a bit out of the way for most of it. Right. We're gonna go and empty our pockets a little bit. We're gonna dump both of those keys in the lighter. Because we no longer need any of those.
oh right, we don't burn the armor key.
Not in this one, no.
I think the last spot that you didn't open is the one to the left of the blue doors.
That's
Yeah.
the helmet key. No, yeah, there's an armor key.
I think there's so 2 or 3 helmet keys. There's the one for Yon 2. There's the study. Is that it?
There's one. There should be one more. You study on the second
One
floor
more?
for the red gem.
Oh, right.
Alright, do a little puzzle here. Just cover the gas crates. Get the emblem. Now, what's neat about the console versions, as opposed to the PC version, you notice that I didn't actually cover one of those grates all the way, but it technically is covered. On PC, you have to do a little bit of an extra push there.
I think that works from, like, as long as it's completely not viewable from some particular camera angle, you're fine. I think that's how it works. Or at least that's how it looks like it works, maybe I should say.
second way in, he likes to do what I call wallpapering. He tends to like to run into the wall. He wasn't quite doing it that time.
Yeah, the wallpapering is like full on facing the wall, just
Chris!
walking into it.
Chris!
Because why not? It's tasty.
You like it?
Maybe itchy.
You like it?
Alright. So now we get to actually hear playing it correctly this time.
That was great.
Oh, that was great.
And surprise, it opened the door.
What is that? What is that?
I don't know who comes up with these puzzles.
Maybe.
Oh no, we're trapped. Whatever we're gonna do. There we go.
A classic RE1 speedrunner mistake here is to put the gold crest back in.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's just a rite of passage for running RE1. It's always one of those things that are just like, really? Did I really just do that?
One time I did the piano thing, ran into the room, went to go do the pickup, accidentally hit no, and then just ran out and then put the regular emblem back in. I was really tired that
No.
day. I'm like, wait, what happened? What's going on?
When the autopilot fails you. Look, I was in that room, I did something in there, and then I came to this room and I put the thing in. Why is the clock not moving?
Almost put the herbicide in there. Alright, so the next room we're going into, we have a rather difficult dodge. Essentially, like, we have to go around a sharp corner to get to a door, and there's a zombie right at that corner.
Zombie is there. Zombie sucks.
Nice. It may not have looked difficult, but that is a very difficult dodge. I said at the beginning of the run, the enemies in this game do more damage than they do on original, so it's very important that we don't take extra bites. I'm surprised we're not on yellow fine from dogs, actually.
Rat, are you able to turn yourself up in OBS?
I turned my
Apparently
mic
you're
up,
coming
if
through.
that's what you need.
Oh, mic up? Okay.
I turned my mic up.
That might work. I just saw a DM asking if you could
Yeah, I saw,
turn
I
yourself
saw
up.
that. I assumed it was the microphone. I turned it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I didn't look at the face this time.
Aw,
I'm avoiding
another
all the
classic.
memes. But we got one of the biggest memes coming up with the convention one. We got Yawn.
Oh god, yep.
Okay, so we're coming up on onto Yawn, which is a big poisonous snake. If we get bit, we get a special kind of poison that only a special serum can cure. And we're just hoping we don't get bit, because that adds, like, for a range mode, it adds about an extra 2 minutes to the run. because of having to run all the way back
so in
here.
this... Okay, so Rebecca doesn't take you in this one.
A little bit of chain puking there. Go up the stairs, please, sir. I think we're on yellow fine now. That stinks. What stinks is being on yellow fine in going into the guardhouse later actually results in a slight time loss. I'll explain that when we get there. Hi, Jan.
I mentioned earlier there's 2 new items.
Sorry, I didn't mean to swear that, but we're gonna do I ran right into
Saw that and I was like, that's not fun.
That was oopsie, but hey, that is a lot faster than getting bitten.
So we'll take the, what was that, like maybe 10, 20 seconds at worst there.
Yeah, I completely
Over
forgot to start
2-minute
my
time loss.
Yeah, I completely forgot to start my timer, so I have no idea where we're at right now.
You're coming out of Yawn 1. About to go get your last crest. Yeah. You're welcome. Figured that would be helpful. Yeah. So I mentioned earlier, well, I guess there's actually 3 new items, because that handgun, the silver Beretta, is new as well. But the 2 new items I was actually referring to are those 2 half crests. I think that's the moon crest, right?
Yes.
And of course you combine them together to make the full one, which is in the original game. But yeah, so it was just a way for arrange mode to kind of give you more stuff to go find.
Makes you explore the dungeon a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now here we got a painting puzzle. Each painting has a switch. It goes from, it's like the life cycles from birth to death.
Yeah, so in order, they're infant, newborn, infant, child, young boy, or child is in there, young man, middle-aged man, old man here, and then death, which is this last one.
It's time to leave the mansion. Got a couple enemies in the way. Hello? I don't like where that dog is.
Oh,
I think
dog's pretending like he's on the DS version.
Hey, we're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That dog at the end, on the DS version of this game, he's just super aggressive for some reason. And, like, it is so much easier to get bit by him.
I almost went for crit point, by the way. I can't.
I saw.
You can't do that with Chris. There's a little trick you can do with Jill to move the stairs a little quicker, but Chris's hitbox is too big to do that.
Yeah, essentially, like, the stairs are positioned in a way so that you can, let me say it this way. Jill has a smaller hitbox, so you can get her to clip through tiny gaps by just kind of maneuvering her hitbox in there properly. Chris's is too big to do that. There's a couple places you can do that as Jill. That was the main one. Really, the only other useful place for it I can think of would be if you're doing the best ending, trying to go for the last Mo disc in the morgue.
Yeah, if you're doing...
Oh, one other. Yeah, that's a major glitches thing. And the bookcases in Guardhouse. Getting on this one. Like, while it is technically faster, whether it's practically faster depends on, like, can you do it perfectly first try? Otherwise, it's time loss.
Alright, so now we're going to the guardhouse. If you get to the guardhouse on either green fine or danger, you will skip this thing that's about to happen. See these holes on the ground? This happens. But if you're on green fine or danger, that first vine won't come out. Also, please don't pick up. Okay. For whatever reason, they decided to put an ink ribbon right next to that book, and you can't even see it.
Holy. I love how there's just like nothing to do about that. That's just gonna happen.
Yeah, that vine will always hit you no matter what. Alright, so we're actually approaching one of the most stressful parts of an arrangement run. We're gonna grab a key and then we're gonna go into a bathroom to get another key. That bathroom is tiny and it has 2 zombies in it. So it's very likely that like we could potentially get stun locked in there. There's a line you can take to get around them and then try to pause cancel out. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna try this again real quick. But we're going to go pick up some healing that's right next to this room.
Yeah, I 100% do not blame you for this. Honestly, all things considered here, it's kind of convenient that there's 3 green herbs here.
I'm just gonna grab this to have it.
I mean, it's a range mode. May as well.
Yeah, a range mode is very, very dangerous. So let's try this again. Bathroom 2. Well, not full health anymore, but...
Yeah.
Hey, we got it in the end, at least.
Yep.
I'll have this herb for plant 42 then.
Which you will almost, or will very likely need it for.
Yes. So we're coming up on our first, like... We technically had a boss with Yawn, but we didn't fight it. We're coming up on our first boss fight that we have to fight. We're gonna fight Plant 42. Excuse me. And normally Plant 42, for like, if you're running chill, falls really easily because you've got a bazooka.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about this zombie.
Yeah, that zombie is in a range mode only. But for Chris, we have to knife it. And it can knock us all over the room, it can pick us up and slam us on the ground, it can give us little love taps, and it doesn't matter where we go, it can happen at any moment. We're gonna go to a place that is like less than but it's still something we have to consider.
The one nice thing is, like, you'll notice Rack, like, went right up and, like, was grinding on the enemy while walking around here. Staying that close to Plant 42, at least I can't think of a time I've seen Plant 42 actually like grab you and pick you up when you're standing right next to it. But if you're a little bit away, it's when you can pick you up, and that's bad news.
Phase 1. Also, Jill doesn't have to deal with 2 phases. Jill gets better and bail her out. Don't you do it. You did it.
You know, the energy Plant 42 gives off is when cats are sitting on something and there's like an object next to them and they're thinking about pushing it off, and they'll like push it right to the edge and then just stare at you and then do it anyway.
Right?
Like, that's just the energy from right there.
Well, that put us to danger, so that's not good. That's unfortunately just what Chris has to deal with in the speedrun. Even original mode, Plant 42 is never free.
Yep.
We will, however, be coming up on some herbs at least. Chris?
I'm not sure exactly how much health it has in a range because I haven't looked at this. But the way that fight works in original mode is you have to, for phase 1, you have to kill 3 tentacles. There's 5 tentacles total that you can hit. They each require 3 hits to kill. So you could get that phase 1 done in 9 slashes. Or you can go all the way up to, what is it? 13? Yeah, all the way up to 13. Which is what you really don't want to see. And actually, you can go above 13 because you can get some whiffs in there once like fewer tentacles are around, or if Plant 40 just wants to be a jerk, the tentacles could just be not where you are and you don't hit anything. And then phase 2, the core of the plant, is available for attack, and I forget how many hits you want or that takes to kill. But the other 2 tentacles are still there, kind of flailing around, so they could absorb some hits, which is really what makes phase 2 take longer, aside from the obvious slapping you around because he's a jerk.
Usually, it's less likely to get hit in phase 2 because there's less damage. As you can see, it's still never free. It's got 2 hits in phase 2.
You know that today is International Goop and Neptune Day. Did you know that?
It is. We'll have to give Neptune a big old goop on the way out.
Good old Snoop Boop. Actually, something. Those of you who've played Resident Evil, you probably know that you can combine herbs to use them, and especially on console, but even on PC version, where the menus are faster, it's unless you're trying to use a red herb, which you must combine with a green in order to use. It is never faster to combine the herbs because it's at worst or at best going to take as many menu inputs. At worst, it's going to take a couple extra inputs to combine and use them all. Where instead you just spam through them and you get the same benefit either way.
Gotta give Neptune a boop. That's for you, Mousy. Although that is technically a boss, but you just go right around it.
Wesker!
Hey, we found Whisker.
I'm not. I'm
Chris,
so not used to
you're
him
alive.
taking so many more
My
steps
words
to run over to
exactly.
where Wesker is.
Right?
Just because you come out that
Where's
back
Jill?
door instead here.
Aren't you with
On
Jill?
original mode, this cutscene triggers
I'm
after
sorry.
the 42
We were
fight,
attacked
so
by
you're
a
coming out
strange
of the
monster.
closer door here.
I lost track of her while we were scouting around. I hope she's okay.
I see. Well, it's not your fault. This place is crazy. If we stay here, all of us will end up dead. What should we do, Wesker?
Yes, what should we do, man? Who's
We
wearing
have to complete
sunglasses
this mission.
at night inside?
Whether we escape or stay and look for
Oh,
Jill,
trustworthy.
we don't have many bullets left, and we can't even protect ourselves. We're still in trouble. Chris, there are a lot of locked rooms in that house. Check them out one more time. There must be a place to hide safely. I'll look around the house a
Can I
little
just
more.
see an incentive to leave Renoa in space?
Okay.
Let's get going.
Nice.
I didn't know that was an option.
Forget how that's done.
Also, fun fact for the differences in range in original. In original, he's shooting at bees there, and you can step on them. I'm gonna grab one of these herbs.
You could grab that porter on the way up.
The next boss fight we're gonna get into, we're forced to take some damage. I wanna top myself up a little bit. This game specifically for Chris, there's a lot of instances where you're taking forced damage, both on original and arrange mode. My first dog was in a different spot.
In original, there's not really much in the way of RNG to worry about.
Teleport.
But
What?
those dogs are one of the few.
It must be a STARS radio. It's a little bit broken, but it might still be usable. I'll take it with
Granted,
me.
you do ignore some of the RNG when you play as Jill, because Bazooka just annihilates everything.
Alright, now we're introduced to a new enemy. We got the Hunters. And hopefully this guy is nice and chill. He's chill.
What are
If
they?
I'm not mistaken, we don't go into that
Monsters?
study at all in arrangement. right?
Rebecca!
Not for bad ending.
Is she still in the
We
house?
need to go in there for best ending, though.
Yeah.
Best ending arrange mode is a whole other monster.
Or it is.
I don't think I'd like
Yeah.
submit that to a marathon and like feel safe, you know?
Right?
Alright, I've got the inventory space. I'm gonna pick up the herb that's in the corner here. Yeah, I got the inventory space. Alright.
You still take 2 bites, right?
Yes.
Nothing.
I need to focus on
So-
this, so... Oh, it's Yon 2 fight. And it's very specific to the knife.
Very nice. Yeah, sometimes the 5th knife swing there, if He's like a little, if Yawn's a little bit further away or your angle isn't quite as good, you won't do as much damage on that 5th swing. I think it's the 5th swing. So you have to end up doing an 8th swing at the end there, but yeah, I don't know if you could hear it. The knife, as long as Yawn's kind of like stood up like that, the knife will do multi-hits on Yawn instead of just one hit. So if you paid attention to the fight, you'll notice on the 3rd stab, instead of just doing a normal swing, which would have gotten the multi-hit, Rax stabbed upward. And the whole point of that is to keep Yawn up. Because again, if Yawn like completely lays down on the ground, you're basically just aiming down, doing one stab, 10 HP of damage at a time, instead of, the like, was it 4 or 5 hits of 50, for a total of 40-50 damage. I think the knife is 10 and not 15 at this.
It's yeah. Alright, this room right here is another run killer. There's a lot of run killers for a range mode. We're at full health though, so we should be okay. I just need him to fall. Now, funny thing, I was in a race of this for another charity marathon last year, and that zombie killed me.
That zombie's a jerk.
Yeah. I was actually in a race with Sonic, who's also in this marathon. I'm not sure when he's running, but he is running in this marathon. This room in an original bad ending run we wouldn't bother with, but key items that we need over here, which is that item right there.
So that study I mentioned earlier, there's a door we ran by when that hunter showed up. This book would be there in original, and the item that's in there would be here, which is the modist. Well, one of the modists.
I almost walked too far.
Oh,
that zombie doesn't need a hug. That zombie's not forced.
no.
No, sir. Okay.
We would like to contact you about your vehicle's extended warranty.
Also, we named some of the zombies in these runs. We have a zombie coming up that we call Gordon Ramsay. Just because kitchen zombie. Not this guy. We're just gonna walk.
He's floor zombie.
Yeah, that's floor zombie.
Very creatively.
This is Gordon Ramsay. He's actually a turbo zombie, so he moves twice as fast on this one. But we're just gonna do this. Right through him. Don't know why, but he just moves twice as fast as a normal zombie here. You can do a line around him on a ranger mode. It's just a lot tighter. And the extra damage that the zombies do. Side of the door, not like that. Door triggers in this game are a little funky. Like there are some that you have to trigger like dead on, some you can trigger on the sides. There's a ladder trigger that we already did that you can trigger all the way to the left side of it and still get onto it.
Yeah, like that entire wall is the ladder trigger. It's great.
Hello. Goodbye.
Oh, speaking of door triggers, the trigger for using the key to unlock a door and open the door are two different things. So you'll often unlock a door, running up to a door, you'll unlock the door and then you keep trying to, spam action to enter the door and it's just not going in because, again, for, I'm sure, perfectly sensible, good reasons, there are two different things that don't have identical hitboxes. Because reasons.
Now we gotta go see these dogs again. Hopefully they play this. Like, we've got the health to take a couple bites, but we're ready.
Important question is, can you pet that dog?
I don't want to pet the dogs. I hate it when the dogs fall through. You have to change your entire line if the dog spawns. Also, these three dogs are in a line. We're gonna walk past them just to be safe. They are giving me a good You tried to body block me, good job.
Yep. It happens.
Oh, I just noticed there was a thing saying the timer on this, so that's fine.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty okay right now. I don't have my timer going, but the run, other than the bathroom and Plant 42, has actually been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. If you guys know,
By the way, Twitch does.
if you guys know the time, let me know. But I'm just trying to get it
Plant
accurate.
42. And it's this one. Yep.
That dog hit was entirely my fault there. There's a line that I take that, I'd say 9 times out of 10 avoids the dogs completely, and I just forgot to do the last part of the line. Alright, so now we're in the underground. From here on out, I can kind of breathe a sigh of relief because I find this section and the labs to be easier on arrange mode than it is on original.
Enrico!
Don't come any closer, Chris.
Wait, what happened?
Also, listen to
Double
Chris's
crosser!
Don't!
Why does it just like shoot up like
Hell.
that?
Right.
Umbrella.
So first thing that makes
Who is it?
the
Is
underground
someone
easier
there?
in arrange mode is in this room there's actually a crank that we need.
Double
In
crosser?
original mode, it's
What did
in
he
the
mean by
hallway
that?
after this scene, but here it's on Enrico. And the reason that's important is because normally you'd have to pick this up while dealing with this. Dealing with
There's two hunters there.
Yeah. And if one of them hits you while you're trying to pick up that rank, you're not picking it up. Period.
And so, like, if you do get hit, there's pretty much two options. And neither of them are good. You reset the room, or you can run all the way back to where Enrico is and get them to follow you back there, and then run back and pick up the crank before they come back. But that also is going to depend on how big of jerks they want to be and how closely they're following you. You might not make it back to pick up that crank before they hit you again. Because that pickup animation just takes 18 years to do for some reason.
here like the Indiana Jones movies? We're gonna do a little reenactment.
Yeah. Chris gonna punch that boulder.
Okay, so we're coming up on another boss fight, which again, we don't have to fight. On original, you would be slashing at some webs that are guarding the doors here, like Black Tiger anyway. On arrange mode, the knife does next to nothing with these. You can fight Black Tiger. I just wouldn't recommend fighting her with a knife.
I think Black Tiger with a knife is probably the worst idea in this game. Is it doable? Technically, yes.
I've done it once. I did it once because I decided to do an all boss kills run with just the knife.
Okay, I guess I've done the fight twice, but once in a run. The other time I was like, is this even possible? The answer is yes, but it really sucks.
Now we gotta do
What?
this. Oops. Do that. I don't know why I was spamming menu there.
Who knows? But Black Tiger in this game will never be as bad as Black Tiger in RE1 Remake.
Oh
If
god.
any of you have ever seen the speedruns of that, you have to, slash or shoot webs away in there. I don't think having her spit them off is an option. In Remake.
Forget what Chris has to do.
I think Chris slashes them. That feels right, at least.
This trigger hurts me. This trigger.
Yep. This trigger hates everyone.
Now we're gonna finally open this book for the metal that's inside.
And we open that in the menu just because, we're already in the menu. We have to enter the menu. If we didn't open it here, we'd have to specifically enter the menu just to open it. And it's just faster to do it when you're already in there.
Right. It's little things like that to save time here and there throughout the run that add up to a lot. Got another book. Now we're gonna make our way to the final area of the game, the labs.
The fact that the key you just got there is what it is part of why the lab is just so much easier in arrange. You just skip, unless you're doing then
So,
yeah.
Chris does
I believe so.
Oops, not enough. I hear I'm not gonna do that thing again. I'm just gonna. I don't know if it's fast. I think it's actually slower to go out of your menu and back in on console.
I think so. Yeah, on PC we would open the book and then just completely exit the menu and then re-enter the menu. But loading and exiting the menu is much faster on PC versus console.
So for those who are liking the run, liking stuff what they see with the range mode is only available on the versions. The PC version is the original version. This is like one of the harder dodges in the labs, but it's not too. also as well.
He's bulking, yeah. By the time he gets to RE5, he'll be able to punch a boulder.
Yeah. Good luck getting him to share. Oh no, jeez. Is it just me, or did that dodge there not look as dangerous as it is on original?
It's not. The zombies are, Actually, I think there's one less zombie. Yeah, there's one less zombie. So, it's just run instead of run. We got these, little guys. They're little gremlins, but it's alright. We got the chimeras.
So if you were used to original mode, normally the room before this has 3 chimera in it. So like, kind of the idea here with the range mode is it was, you know, meant to lull you in the false sense of security. Like, oh, there's no chimeras here. There's definitely not going to be any in the next room where there aren't any in the original. Surprise! Here's 3.
Oops. A little too wide. Alright, now we're on our way to the final boss.
Good to see you gaming.
Now this is normally like our like bathroom break cutscene. Because it takes a little bit. It's a little shorter with
Especially on
Chris,
good ending.
as my subordinate,
No, good,
you
good
have
ending with
wonderful
Chris is actually
talent.
slightly shorter.
I would never work for a company like Umbrella. And Wesker, you were formerly with Umbrella.
Halfway through this
What do you
conversation,
mean?
he just shoots her
Since
back
when
up.
have you been an Umbrella agent? And a traitor to the stars?
Now
I never
you're
really
wrong.
thought about that.
I was formerly with
For
Umbrella,
Jill,
yes.
it's way
Now I'm
longer.
prepared
Oh,
to face
Get to hear more of Barry.
even getting rid of you vigilante stars.
Yeah. Pretty
Now,
much,
the
if a
worst
cutscene
possible
involves Barry,
situation
it's
has
going to be
occurred.
4 times longer.
The failure of the experiment created a virus, a biological weapon, polluting the entire lab.
No, the worst happened with the
Oh, yeah.
tyrant virus. I lost some of my stars team members
Definitely one of the
because
best
You
characters. in
killed
the
them
series.
with your own hands. Did you kill
Also,
Enrico?
For safety's sake.
Enrico.
Normally,
I'll
if I were,
destroy
like,
the
looking for
stars
Enrico,
myself.
I would do
including
complete
you.
shooting in this
The fact is, Umbrella does not know what to do with the tyrant virus. We have orders to blow up this laboratory, and it's not a bad idea. But I think we should save this important research for future use.
You think you can disappear with such important material?
He will smack you.
Would you like to see it?
When he smacks you, he
Come
then,
with me. I'm sorry for my lack of manners,
goes towards you.
but I'm not used to escorting men.
We're gonna do-
Now,
we'll be a
walk.
little safe here and take the fight slow.
Not really worth it in a marathon run for sure.
Is this?
That's right. This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant.
Here's my favorite line.
Chris? Stop it.
He sounds
Stop
so
it.
Wesker, you're pitiful. This is your savior? You say this
So right before
failure
the fight starts,
is your
an item is
savior?
gonna drop onto the ground.
You
That
can
item
make sure
has a-
yourself whether
Or,
Tyrant is
sorry,
a failure or not.
And Tyrant can get stuck on it. So what we're gonna do is force him to get stuck on it and just land the damage.
Go to hell. Jill will join you too.
Tyler doesn't like the fact that Wesker just took his ecto.
What? Don't come this way! No! How dare you?
You can't kill me!
Sir? Dude?
He's not supposed to do that.
No.
Got it anyway.
Yeah, so, like, he does break free of that key if you're not constantly attacking him. But every time you attack him, like, we think what happens is it, like, you know, refocuses his aggro in a direction that he keeps stuck on it. Because if you notice, like, he kind of wiggles, you know, back and forth, like, sort of turning. But I guess maybe there's just a bad angle that happened there, and he broke free when he wasn't supposed to.
I noticed the same thing happened in my last practice run of this game. He, like, after like the third shot or so, I noticed he steps slightly closer, like his character model like jerks a little closer, and then he just goes like. And in my practice run yesterday, he just smacked me and killed me. But there he moved around, so. I'm not sure what's... Maybe my position was slightly off. But either way, we got him. And now we're just making our way out of here. We just passed the last enemy that can do anything to us. So we just need to make it to the end now.
It's definitely nice. Like, you might remember earlier, Rack was using the knife for pause canceling to get past enemies. That works with any weapon.
Okay, this is the last try. If somebody's alive, please send a sign.
Probably not useful with the flamethrower, I suppose. But we literally never use that. Do it.
You can also quick shoot any weapon. Quick shooting with the rocket
I love the fact that if you quick shoot the rocket launcher, you probably won't know that you did.
One more item. Great. That's not quite time yet, but time will be called once this cutscene ends and the next cutscene starts. We just call that best ending. That's for Chris, it would be saving Jill and Rebecca. We're just kind of leaving them behind on that ending.
So, like, I think we used to call them, you know, like, any percent and 100%, and especially if you've kind of
time.
Especially if you're around from the older days, you might still call them that, and I still call them that. But
my split
yeah.
for this run.
Yeah, percentage, like 100% doesn't really mean very much.
So that was Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut. Chris, Madden. What am I split?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Turned them on at the beginning, so I don't know what my time is. The game does show you your in-game time after the credits, so we can, if you want to stick around and
Yeah, let's wait for that and watch it.
What kind of time we got? If you guys like that run, Resident Evil and I are both Resident Evil runners. More than happy to help any I'll be working on this game a little bit after this marathon. I lost one of my.
I might take you up on that.
Yeah, do you have anything you wanna add, David?
Oh no. I don't.
Well, I'm digging this
I don't think
music.
of anything. Yeah, I guess. But
This one was the last I will be back on the marathon later this week. I'm running 2 more games. Both RPGs, one JRPG and one
wait, that's the RPG. Which one?
Nox. That's made by
Oh, right.
essentially a Diablo 2 clone. But
Right.
I think it came out through this. It was either slightly before or slightly after. It was around the same time. Some is way back and forth with me.
Fart trumpets.
We don't need the DualShock music.
Obviously we do. I specifically, when I do console runs, I specifically do it on the DualShock version just for the music. Because while the basement fart trumpets is definitely not among the better songs, nor is the Black Tiger Plant 42 fight, some of the other songs are amazing in DualShock.
Yeah.
Like the Mansion Revisit, the Tyrant fight. So it's not worth the soundtrack.
Let's see what the final time was. I'm curious. I don't think it was a PB. Especially with that Plant 42. Definitely not a PB. My PB is a 103.
105.44. Very good.
That's still great for a marathon, though. I'm happy with that.
GG,
Anyway,
thank you for doing
all
it.
for,
And we are
stopping
Critical
by
Hit
and checking
community,
out the runs.
helping Blue Cross.
Also, again, thank you to anyone who's donated to Blue Cross. And we will be continuing the marathon tomorrow at around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Final Fantasy VI. It says Ace, but I'm willing to bet that that's all characters and espers.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
That's what it is.
Yep, that's exactly what's happening tomorrow. And thank you everyone for stopping by and for all the donations. And we'll see you tomorrow. Let's go raid someone cool that you all know.